rotating as of late on the red side?
Well, I think just as things get through the season, you get different chemistries and guys that get comfortable and know each other's, and so it's a combination of everything. But everyone is competing, and that's going to it doesn't change.
Was there a time, after the Syracuse game, for the NC State game, where as a staff you said, okay, I think we have 5, let's go with these 5 and see what they can do playing together?
I think just you look at every game and you look at guys that are game ready, and we still got guys who are game ready that didn't play, and that's that's the credit to them and their preparation, and the guys that were in there competed and got better. And so I think a little bit of that consistency during the game helped.
Jimmy is not the biggest guy, but it seemed like he was really able to move some people to create some holes on Saturday. What's allowed him to sort of have that ability?
Well, when you're not big, you better use your leverage and your center of gravity to your advantage, and that's one of the things he does well.
This could be another crucial week for him. Blanding and Kaiser for UVA are kind of all over the field on defense. Is he going to have to make sure he knows where those guys are and sort of get you guys in a position there?
Well, Virginia definitely adds a different structure element when you're blocking them. It's different than really most people you play, and our angles and how our guys pick up their movement and things of that sort are key.
How's it different? What do they do?
They're in an odd package, so they have a zero nose. They have someone instead of a shade or 2-eye on the center. He's head up on them, so the center position is going to have someone in his in his face right away.
So snap it
and get to work. Yeah.
And for the other guys, they do a lot of things where they hide their linebackers, and is it more of a, I guess it's more of a cerebral game for your line than just, hey, this guy's right here, I know he's going to be right here, all I have to do is block him.
There's nothing cerebral, but it's all velocity and coming off with your pad level and staying within the tracks of the scheme and not slowing down. That's the key. As they are going to move, they're going to twist. That's the structure of it, and we got to do a great job of playing together.
There's been a lot of talk about Brian O'Neill taking on such a big leadership role as a player for your group. What are some of the things that he's done to sort of help try to turn this thing around in terms of blocking?
Brian's a player that's has an awful lot invested into the program and developed as a third-year starter and with his confidence and his play, one thing about leadership in football, you got to produce him, and he's playing and practicing and preparing at a high level and holding everyone accountable to that.
Have you really seen him grow into that role, though, particularly in the last, say, 6 months or so, or even since the season started?
Well, we had some strong leaders last year, with Pitt and Dorian, and that's the key element is who's going to emerge on a team to be leaders, and the one element is it doesn't matter where you're at, you got to step up, and he's doing that.
Did he come to you, John, and say, I want to say a few words, and how much of an impact do those words have?
Well, it's not scripted. It's leadership and the emotion of players is real, and that's the thing that any team has to self-police and lead within the walls of a team, and you can't be told to lead. You have to step up and do it.
Saw the unit working on some zone blocking schemes today. What do you think the toughest parts are to grasp, kind of about zone blocking?
Oh, there's a lot of components that are difficult in all schemes, but anytime you're blocking movement patterns and guys that do some things with their scheme, you got to practice those patterns and get your pads going and go from there.
Is the fact that Virginia's so different than Duke, schematically sort of make it tough to have a real good feeling about what you just did last week, because what you're going to have to do this week is totally different?
Yeah, and that's the challenge. That's the thing that's exciting about practicing and the guys have to be really locked in and grasping what Virginia does, and that's why you go out and practice and be ready to adjust and see things on game day.
Has Bookser been taking on a little bit of a leadership role too? He's kind of outgoing kind of guy.
Books has, you know, he just naturally has passion and energy that is positive, you know, for any group, and you know, his love of the game and passion for the game is, you know, he wears it on his sleeve, and that's a, you know, great attribute to him, and you know what football players you know love to be.
Did you know he could block kicks?
You know what? That's, you know, he could do it. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, but you know, he definitely rose to the occasion, so to speak.
He wants one of those O'Neal plays too, I think, where he
He
gets
probably
the ball in
would.
his hands.
He probably would.
I think last week Jared was in here, and he kind of said that that first month was rough, being up and down, and you know, finally settling in. What have you seen out of him? You know, to
Well,
work his way back into it?
consistency. You know, any hallmark for a player is the consistency in your play, and you know, he's definitely developed some consistency in how he's playing, and that's a good thing.
Coach, thank you. Thanks.